Hi, this is Kristen with CKC Patterns, and I'm going to show you how to neatly finish a rolled hem when you're doing it on a loop of fabric. For example, if you're doing a rolled hem on the bottom of a dress, you would start at one point, go all the way around the bottom edge, and then finish off back where you started by overlapping and pulling it off quickly. So I'm going to show you how that's done. Now I'm doing it on satin, and so I have my settings set up accordingly. Now, one important thing is I don't start my rolled hem right on the seam because that can make it really bulky there. I usually start a little ways off of a seam, either in back or on the side of the dress. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. As you serge, you want to try to keep your speed nice and steady. You don't want to go really fast and then really slow because it won't be, an evenly spaced serge. Times you could do a rolled hem with your knife on. On this one, I'm not. I'm scooting it over a little more to give it more edge to catch so it won't pull off as easily. I kind of practiced with this. Okay, now as you get back to the beginning, when you get to where you can see this little tail, if you have your knife on, it'll go right through and cut that off. But if you don't have your knife on, you want to get in there and just clip that off close to the edge. And then as we go up closer, we're going to actually serge right onto the edge and have this original rolled hem centered between the needles up there so that we're actually going to overlap it just a little bit. Now once I get a little bit past that, we're not there yet, but in a moment I'll do it. Once we get a little bit past it, I'm going to quickly pull the fabric off so that we drive off the edge. And you don't want to do a gradual drive off or you'll end up with two rolled hems. We don't want that. Instead, you'll do it kind of quickly and it'll just make this tiny little tail off the end. Okay, here you can see it is overlapped a little, but then we just drove off there quickly. So now what we'll do is clip off the threads here. You want to clip that as close as you can, get any little stragglers, and then what you'll want is some kind of a fray check. I really like this brand. There are others, and just right there on the threads you'll just want to squeeze some of the fray check onto the threads. You don't want it to go onto the fabric because it might discolor it a little bit, but it'll go on kind of wet looking, but it dries fairly quickly, and once it's on there, that will protect it. You can wash it, you can wear it, and it will just kind of keep those threads from coming off there. And so there, if you look at your dress hem as a whole, it'll be really hard to figure out where you started and stopped once it dries, of course. And that just gives you a really neat finish on that loop of fabric. So the bottom of your dresses will be pretty all around. You don't have to hide the back where you started and stopped. So I hope that helps.